Abe and Winona stood side by side, hands clasped tightly together, eyes wide as they watched the 5 singers descend the stairs to the stasis chambers. They had agreed to have 5 humans present at the awakening of their people: Abe, Winona, Tashon, Rosa, and Johann. The rest waited outside the caves with a few dozen crawlers. The rest of the 4-legged species remained in their own land, repairing the city and looking after the injured, orphaned, and widowed. Abe smiled at Winona and the rest of his companions, amazed and triumphant that they had been a part of making the awakening possible, but pained that Ballas was not there. When they had returned victorious, one of the first things Abe did was check on Ballas, but when he arrived in the small cavern, Ballas was dead, with no clear cause. He turned back to the singers as they approached the far corner of the room. As he did, he had to remind himself of their new names: Adam, the eldest singer; Wave, previously known as Scar; and Comet, with her cropped hair. The hardest for him to remember were the new names of Mohawk and Braids. He had spent so much time with them that to suddenly change how he referred to them was proving to be a large adjustment. Yet the names made sense, and it felt better to refer to them by the names that resembled their true selves and not just their physical appearance. Braids was known as Lioness, strong-minded, willing to do anything to protect her family. The note for Mohawk's new name was more difficult to pin down. It created a feeling of whimsical kind-heartedness that Abe and the others decided to take more literally. They named him Whims. Adam pushed her hand against the stasis chamber. The drawer holding the sleeping singer slid out, and its occupant, a thin woman, sat up. Wave pulled the tube out of the new singer's chest. She gasped as her eyes shot open. She turned around, at first singing notes of familiarity as she saw her fellow singers. Then, she glimpsed the humans and gracefully climbed out and stood. Staring at Abe and his companions, she let out notes of gratitude. None had told her the humans had played a role in allowing her to awaken, yet she knew. Abe smiled, filled with his own thankfulness that despite all the tragedy, he was able to be a part of something so historical. He squeezed Winona's hand and turned to see her eyes wet, her face alight with joy. His heart leaped at the sight.